So I did freelancing before. The best portfolio I've ever produced was doing freelancing.
Yeah, for sure.
The most diverse portfolio I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, so I am putting on a presentation here at my buddy Kyle's studio for creatives, graphic designers, coders, copywriters, anything that is producing some sort of content.
Right here in this awesome space?
Yeah, right here in this awesome space. About why you should have freelancing in your toolkit right next to the Photoshop, right next to the Google Docs, right next to that fancy camera you spent way too much money on. So we're going to go over a lot of the reasons why you should have freelancing as one of the pieces in your toolkit. And I will also give you some personal feedback and tips and advice that I have done the hard work of mining out of 3 years of experience that it's taken me to get to this point thus far, where I have been able to do freelancing full time and make a pretty decent amount of money, and learned a couple things and definitely gotten a lot better at my creative skill.
So I did freelancing before. The best portfolio I've ever produced was doing freelancing.
Yeah, for sure.
The most diverse portfolio I've ever had in my life was my career.
Well, it's because you're working with so many different clients. Like, that was one of the things I took away from the corporate is like, all right, you're still working with one kind of direct client.
Like a certain train.
Yeah.
And that definitely, that's one of the arguments that I'm going to make. If you come to the presentation, there will be a lot more than that. But when you work with multiple different clients, you get this nice balance of like the kind of constraints that help you focus and help you do better work, because you're not just, I have a million options and then I don't even get started, or I just go all over the place. It's tight enough that you can stay focused, but you can work with a bunch of different people that you like to work with, that they have interesting projects, that it's just good cash. And that's definitely one of the big things that you're going to get out of doing freelancing instead of traditional job, or as a supplement to a traditional job as well.
Yeah. And I think the easiest, shortest path to like rock star, because when I joined a corporation after doing freelancing, people were like, "What? I thought you did design. Like, how do you know a little bit of code?" And they're like, "What?" And then the developers are like, "How do you know design? Like, I thought you did, or how do you know design? I thought you only did code." It's like,
I thought you could only.
You gotta do everything.
Yeah.
I thought you could do one thing only.
Nope. Yeah,
No.
for sure. Yep, that's definitely like, I know enough CSS, HTML to be dangerous, to maybe change some colors on some links and stuff. I mostly work with words, but every once in a while, like, hey, let's make this little button. And so I went and learned how to do that, which is not something I necessarily would have had to do, and therefore would not have learned how to do if I was working at a job where it's like, no, we got the design people, you're just the writer person. Yeah, so we've got a good group of people already signed up to come, and hopefully you will be another member of that good group of people. So it'll be some fellow freelancers or creative people who want to freelance, who you can get to come and meet and know and network with. But I don't know, maybe you don't like networking, and that's not a big draw. There is free food and beer.
Plus, it's a Saturday afternoon, so it's like you don't have anywhere to be.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have a family, fine, just ditch them for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Noon on a Saturday. What are you doing then? Nothing productive.
The only drawback is tickets are $5. I know that's a lot of money for a lot of people.
That's nothing.
We are donating 100.
That's a cup of Starbucks coffee.
Exactly. We are donating 100% of the profits to Immerman Angels. It's a Chicago-based organization that essentially takes cancer survivors of all kinds in all places and kind of couples them with current cancer patients. And so, as I would consider Alex a mentor of mine, these cancer survivors are essentially mentors for the individuals that are currently going through their treatments.
Yeah, Columbus, you got to be there. Make sure you're there.
There you go.